tech essentials that every incredible goddess in business needs. Every spiritual leader, every holistic healer, every wellness coach, every wellness professional needs in their business. And it's only three. Now, I could have a list of 100 amazing technologies that you might need in your business, and you could get a little bit overwhelmed. How many of you here have ever been a little bit overwhelmed by all the technologies, all the possible social medias, and all the different things that you need to set up for your business to have it and get it online? How many of you here have ever felt that? Type the word tech overwhelm in the comments down below if you have ever had that. So welcome to your weekly holistic business training. I'm Elizabeth. You are watching here in the Women's Holistic Business Network, and today I'm going to teach you the 3 tech essentials that every spiritual leader needs in their business. So are you ready for them? We're going to jump into these. So 3 tech essentials. Let's start actually by getting you introduced. So who are you? Where are you? What's your business? The Women's Holistic Business Network is a place for you to come to learn and to network with each other. It's not really a place that you can come and find clients. Don't do that. It's a good place for you to work on your business, though. So post in the comments below who you are and what your business is, and I'm going to be teaching you the 3 tech essentials that you need in your business today. Before you dive into the technology, though, there's a mindset and a heart set and a soul centering shift. Hey, Shannon, thank you for being here. Thank you for saying hi. I'm just seeing some comments down below. Keep commenting on who you are and what your business is. Okay, what was I saying? Mindset. A piece and a part of you that gets into your heart and your soul when it comes time for you to share, when it comes time for you to work on technologies, when it comes time for you to get into your business. What might come up? What might get in the way? And I always love to start with this because it's like I can tell you these technologies, these 3 essential technologies that you're going to learn today. I can tell you them until I am rose gold in the face. But until you actually open and are willing to implement these, it will mean nothing. And I hope that these trainings and these teachings that I bring to you every week will actually bring you the ability to get something done in your business, to take steps forward, to help more people heal, to make more of an impact, to find your clients, to make a big difference for their lives. And that really starts with you. And so learning technology starts with this: willingness. I'll tell you this, I used to be afraid to turn a computer on or off. I was afraid I would break it. And I got made fun of for having a cell phone when I got one of the first cell phones a long time ago, the first little ones, not those super giant ones. But when I got one of the first little cell phones a long time ago, I got made fun of by a friend who was like, "Why do you need to carry a phone around?" So from being made fun of for a phone, being afraid to turn a computer on, to running a publishing company, running a spiritual and holistic events and conference company, to running my online business, which is the Women's Holistic Business Academy, where I get to train women from around the world to focus on their businesses, to find their voice, to rise in their leadership and do amazing things. If I can do all of that, not growing up with any computer whatsoever, I promise you, so can you. You can learn these technologies. So the first step that it takes is willingness. Put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and just say, "I'm willing." Type the word willing in the comments down below if you're willing. You don't have to know how to do it. All you need to do is be willing to learn the technologies. And I'm going to teach you the 3 online technologies that all spiritual practitioners need to have today in their businesses. But it really starts with you being willing. So are you willing? Type in the comments below, willing. Now, the next piece that's really needed in order for you to step forward in your business is a little bit of clarity. Before you learn these technologies, because it's all well and good for you to have these online technologies, but if you don't have this next piece, you're going to be struggling, and that is focus. Focus for your time management, focus for what you want to do, focus for being able to come back to it day after day, and focus on what type of person you want to work with, who you are, what you do for them, who you are here to serve, what the transformation that you provide is. Get really clear on that. Get focused on that. Get focused on your business and focused on who you serve. So I love seeing you all typing in the comments now that you are willing. Now, if you're willing to be focused as well, type that in the comments as well. Type the word focus in the comments down below. So if you're willing to be willing and you are willing to be focused, then you are ready to learn these 3 online technologies. Hold on, I have a tickle in my throat. While you write those down, I'm going to get a sip of water. That's the beauty of live videos, is that you can just keep on going. Okay, so I've got 3 for you. Are you ready? Are you ready for number 1? Type the comment ready in the comments down below right now if you're ready for number 1. This is what you need. This is an online technology, everyone. These are the 3 online technologies that every spiritual practitioner needs in order to reach people, in order to have your business feel easeful and flow and wonderful, and in order to actually make a difference. Are you ready for this? I've got these written down for you. Number 1 is you need an email list so that you don't make the mistake of the dreaded CC. Have you ever got one of those emails when there are a whole bunch of people on that list and you can see them all and then they start replying to each other and you're like, oh my gosh, please make it stop. So people are doing that less and less, but sometimes I'll find a practitioner who's still using their old email address or their personal email to email people or who doesn't yet have an email list. That maybe you have emails over here and written on paper and like in a spreadsheet somewhere. So if you don't yet have an email list, please get one started because it can really help your business. It helps you show up as more professional when you're emailing people from a professional email list. What I mean by that is an email service provider that's not just your personal Gmail. So an email service provider like MailChimp, it's got a cute little chimpanzee. It's really sweet. I like it. It's simple. It's free. Or there used to be a free plan. It's really low cost. There are other professional service providers for emails that they make sure that you don't get marked as spam. And if you don't like spam, type in the comments below, I don't like spam. Nobody likes spam. So an email provider actually helps to make sure that you don't get marked as spam. And it also, here's a really cool thing, is it helps to track your emails. It shows you who opens them, when they open them, how frequently they open them, if they click your links that you put in, all the things. It's really cool. So be willing to embrace having an email list. Now, there's a lot of social media out there, isn't there? How many of you belong to a lot of different social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter and all the other new ones that are out? Those are all coming and going. Those are all places for short connections. Those are all places for small, short-term connections. But your long-term, stable connection that no matter what happens in the world of social media, that you will always have is your email list. So make sure that you have an email list. It's a really important part of your business. Oh, good. I want to say hi to Rachel, and I love seeing you all here commenting. This is amazing. Okay, so that's number 1, is to have an email list. Definitely have that if you don't yet have one. And if you already have one, say in the comments below, say, I have an email list, and tell us what provider you use. I know that we always want to be in the flow, but it's important to sometimes have the structure that helps our businesses to actually grow. Okay, so number 1 is your email list. Number 2, are you ready for number 2? Type the comment ready in the comments down below if you're ready for number 2. You are learning the 3 tech essentials that every soulful entrepreneur truly needs to have today. Not the 100, just the 3, the top 3. All right, number 2 is a web page. Notice that I have said web page and not website. A website is like a full built out amazing thing and it has also so much amazingness on it. We want you to just have a web page. What does that mean? A one-page website. Sometimes it's called an opt-in page, a squeeze page, or a landing page. I like to call it an opt-in page because people have the opportunity to actually opt in to get your thing. So I'm going to show you an example right now. I'm just going to pull it up right here. If you were to go to womensholisticbusinessacademy.com, you'll see an example of a simple one-page web page. One-page web page or one-page opt-in page. So I just popped the link in there for you so that you can see a simple example. So it is a web page, not a full website. And now, in order to have that, what is the purpose of just a one-page thing? It is a professional space that people can see what you have to offer really quickly and easily in like 20 seconds. A big illusion with web pages and websites is that people will go and just hang out on them. But guess what? People don't hang out on websites very much. They hang out on social media, but they don't hang out on websites. But they do go to them if they need something specific. And if they land on your website to get something specific, what you want to do is build your email list and build a long-term relationship with that person by collecting their email address on your website. So if you look at our example, it's a great example for you, that you can give somebody a something in between. What makes people give their email to your website? It's having some kind of a free gift, an opt-in gift. So you can put something on that to make people say yes. I'm getting mixed up. To make people say yes to your website, to have them give you their email address, is you have a little free gift on there. So what are these? You're welcome, Kylie. Great advice. Yes, so much less distraction with just a landing page. Now, if you have other things going on, of course you can build a big website, but it's so simple to just have landing pages for specific things that you are doing. Like maybe you're hosting an event, or maybe you're just building your list. So you do some kind of a free gift, get their email address, and have that free gift posted on your webpage. Pretty simple. So you are learning the 3 tech essentials that every spiritual goddess in business absolutely needs. Number 1 was an email list, a professional email list that is done professionally, that is managed by something that will prevent you from being marked as spam. Number 2 is a web page, a simple one-page landing page, opt-in page, web page, like the example that I posted down below. And then get those linked up. Get people to give you their email address, so that you can have them get onto your email list. And the way that you do that is by having them land on your webpage, giving your email address in exchange for a free gift of some kind. So you can do that. You can follow our example. I'll post it down here below just in case you missed it. Post that again down below. It's an example. You know, one of the things I love about teaching women in holistic business is that I can give you all our examples and you can go ahead and follow it. So those are the top 2. There's one more that's coming. So first one was email. Next one is a simple one-page website. I like to call it a web page because then you don't think it's a site. It's just a page. And this third one has to do with social media. Now, question, how many of you get a little bit distracted on social media? Type in the comments down below right now, distracted. If you've got notifications popping up and you find yourself scrolling, and then you look up and you're like, an hour just went by. What have I done? So much time just went by and I've been scrolling. Or if you ever have the feeling like you're like, okay, well, now I need to get on TikTok and Twitter and what's that new one where people are meeting in rooms by audio? I've had many invites come in for these, and Instagram and all the different social medias, and there's so many to use. How many of you feel a little overwhelmed when it comes to social media sometimes? Raise your hand, type the word overwhelmed if you ever feel that. Now I invite you to take a deep breath. Remember in the beginning of this training, video, I reminded you of the space of willingness and focus. So willingness and focus, bring those back in. There's one thing that I recommend to use, and I'll tell you a little bit about it, and I'll tell you why. So I use Facebook. Why? Because I like it. It's simple. It's easy for me to use. I'm not that much on Instagram, though I always have the thought like I should be more on Instagram, and maybe I will someday. But Facebook, I really like it. It's simple. I have a business page, I have a group, and I have an online presence through Facebook. Now, I personally resisted Facebook for like 7 years. When Facebook first came out, I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not going on that. No way. And then eventually I was like, okay, maybe I'll get on it. And didn't really do much on it. I was on it for years and didn't even post one picture. My friends were like, who even are you online? And then I realized something, that Facebook is incredible for business because you can have a business page where you can do advertising from and you can boost posts. You can have a group where you connect with amazing potential clients and you build community. You can post events and Facebook will organically, for free, promote them for you because it's just showing people what they want to see. You can connect with potential clients and current clients and customers through Messenger. There's so many cool things on Facebook. Now, there are a lot of different kinds of social media that you can use, but what I recommend is pick one. Type that in the comments down below, everyone. Pick one and go all in on that one. Rather than if you wanted to get water and you had to dig a hole to reach the water, because that was the only way to do it, would you dig 50 little holes or would you dig one deep hole? What do you think would be more effective? The one deep hole. That's how you're going to get water. You're going to open that well up and the spring will come up and you'll be like, yes, spring water. It's even better than tap water. But you don't get that if you just dig 2 feet down and then give up and go over here and dig 2 feet down and give up and go over there and dig. Focus. And it brings us back to that piece of the lesson that I was teaching you in the very beginning, which is focus. Focus your energy. So if you ever feel overwhelmed or distracted on social media, the fix is to focus on one. Once you get totally comfortable and you're built up on that one, and maybe you've hired people to help you, then you can start to expand out and focus on other ones. See what I mean? Now, if you're way beyond and you're just like, yes, I'm good on like 7 different social medias, go for it. Have fun with that. And I love that. And if you're just getting started, I recommend pick one type of social media and pick the one where your people hang out. One of my clients works with lawyers, and so she's going to be using LinkedIn more than she is Facebook. Some of my clients work with the younger generation. They're going to be using Instagram more. Some people work on sort of a newsfeed style, and so they're going to be using Twitter more. So where do your potential clients hang out? That should be the one that you pick. And well, you're here in Facebook right now. You're here inside the Women's Holistic Business Network watching this video, and you can see the power of creating community inside of a social media. So I recommend that you have Facebook and that you do videos, boosted posts, ads, posts, like just go all in on Facebook. Now, here's something else. I hear some of you have been saying like, oh, I get distracted. You find yourself scrolling. This is what I do. I have the mentality, I put on little blinders. Facebook is for business. So when I go into Facebook and I do this is exactly what I do. When I open Facebook, I'll open it up and I'll go, don't get distracted, don't get distracted, don't get distracted, go exactly where I need to go. I'll literally tell myself, don't look. I'll say to myself, don't look, don't look, don't look. Because if I look at that feed, next thing I know, I'm like 10 stories down and like off on some rabbit hole sideways, looking up some video on like bungee jumping. And it's like, what just happened? So I don't look at that feed. I'll give myself specific time that's not work time. And that's a big piece, is that if you want to run a business, if you want to reach people, if you want to make a difference in the world, you got to focus. And you got to almost treat yourself as if you were a child in school. Would you let that child just be randomly scrolling? No, you'd say, this is the time when we work on our business. So don't look at that. Don't look at that feed unless you are, okay, now I'm giving myself 30 minutes or 15 minutes to just like zone out and scroll the feed. But know that when that's happening. But if you are in a time block, and I recommend time blocking, if you're in a time block of business and you're like, I'm going to get some things done, go straight to your business page. Go straight to your group and then just work there and then go out and do something else. So don't just open Facebook and see where it wants to guide you, because it will guide you down rabbit holes that never end. But instead, use your social media for your business. Once I figured that out, that I could use social media for my business rather than just randomly scrolling on it, it made a huge difference for me. So that's a big piece. That's a big piece on social media. It's one of the, it's one of the things that I love to teach. I get really excited. Okay, I need another sip of water before I give you the final 3. Okay, so the 3 tech essentials that every woman in business needs, what were they and why were they? So number 1 is your email list. Having a professional email list, having it set up, starting to gather those people's emails, starting to consolidate them all in one place. It's time for you to consolidate your emails if you haven't done that. I used to have emails in bags because I hosted big events, and then people would enter with their email addresses. I'd have 1,000 emails in a bag, and I would never touch them. Okay, I'm admitting all my secrets. So have an email list. Have a simple one-page web page where people can opt in to your email list. So those are the top two. And number 3, I like Facebook. You can have the Facebook. Use Facebook for your business. Facebook for your business is amazing. Or pick a social media. Do whatever you want. But pick one social media to go all in on. So these, you can take a picture of this. These are the top 3 tech essentials that every holistic business leader needs to have. You can have more if you want, but I don't recommend it until you're making loads of money and have lots of free time. Then you can go working on the other things. Now, did I say that you need to have a fancy logo or brand package or anything else? No, and I've been working with women in their marketing for over a decade. This is coming from experience, everyone. These are the 3 things that will really help you in your business. So go out and work on those things. And then come back to this feed right here and post for us. Your web pages, your emails, your Facebook groups, like post for us what you're up to. I want to hear from you. I want to continue to support you in your businesses all year long. I do a weekly video here. If you have a friend who's in business, if you have a friend who's a holistic practitioner or a spiritual leader who would benefit from this, tag her right now. Right here in this video. If you notice her name shows up gray, it means she's not part of this group yet. So be the one to invite her into this incredible network of women in business who are rising together, who are lifting each other up, and who are here to learn and to make a difference, and who are here to help people heal, to help the world become better. Because when you work on your business, we truly make this world a better place together. So keep on doing it. You're totally amazing. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.